Let's chill. Let's talk. Let's hang for a second. So, I'm talking about attention and directing our attention. I think attention is really important. I know a lot of people. I'm surrounded by people right now in this season who they're real encouraging. Like they tell me that I'm like a genius, musical genius, and I'm gifted, brilliant artist. I really appreciate it. I'm not. I look at myself as an amateur. I'm still an amateur musician. That's my view of myself. But people are real like, man, you saw this, you saw that, and it's dope. I love it. Thank you guys. I did want to address it though, and kind of explain my thought process behind music and just behind like life. Well, mostly music. I just say music. I like music, so we're gonna do music. I think the number one thing when it comes to making music for me is directing my attention. And that's so sometimes in the middle of conversations, people know this, man. Like sometimes in the middle of conversations, I cut people off, and it's not to be disrespectful, but it's because I'm real sensitive to, to energy and negativity. I'm real sensitive. You know, with another girl in my bed. All these emotions in my head. I'm real sensitive to energy, like negative energy, and I'm pretty sure I'm just like every other human being on the planet. When you think about something negative and you give it too much attention, what happens is it starts to magnify and expand, and next thing you know, you're thinking about that, you're talking about it, you're starting to like anticipate more negativity. Your mind starts to like, I don't know how to say it, but it starts to play tricks on you to where you're starting to think of scenarios and it's not even real. And so sometimes when I'm having a conversation with people and I feel like they're trying to say something negative, I just stop them right in the middle of it. And there's no disrespect. It's not like, man, you need to shut up. No. It's like, hey, I want to change the subject a little bit. Especially if we're in a creative session. Oh, my God. Yeah, bro, it's like, yo. If I see people like trying to like argue or, the thing about music is that when you work with people, people are entirely different worlds in themselves. So when you work with people, you're working with two entirely different worlds. It's kind of sci-fi, but so when you get these guys in a room together and we're working on a song, man, it's one of the hardest things in the world to keep a vibe where everybody feels validated. It's hard to keep that vibe because everybody's so different. People are just so different. You got male, you got female, you got black, you got white, you got suburb, urban, you got this, you got that, you got people who listen to R&B, you got people who listen to rap. Like, man, it's it's so tough. And again, in situations like that, I feel like I'm usually the one in those situations to take charge. When I hear somebody speaking over another person or like invalidating somebody else's idea, like somebody's like, man, let's throw this lyric in there, and somebody else is like, man, that's stupid. I'm the person that's gonna be like, hey, bro, chill out. Don't do that. Let's go with that. Let's see what you saying real quick. What else would you say with that? that. All right, bet we putting that in there. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the person to come in and be like, yo, hey, you stop doing, don't do that, bro. Like, if you have ideas, we want to make sure we use those. We also want to make sure we use their ideas. We want to use all of these ideas in here. You know what I mean? Like, even if we end up scrapping some lyrics by the time we record, bro, this is we want freedom in here. You know, freedom to soar, freedom to be who you are. So any negative energy where somebody is like, oh man, I got more experience writing songs than you, it's like, bro, you gotta stop that, bro. We don't have room for that, bro. You can't do that. So I feel like directing our attention is really important, and yeah, I'm really, 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 really sensitive to energy and negative energy. Really, really sensitive. I think that's the biggest part in me and my music journey is just like always trying to be surrounded by positivity and creativity and like free flow of ideas. And I'm just like, man, like I love when I get around people who are there's I love when I get around people who are what's the word? Comfortable. You know, in music, music is such an intangible reality. Like music is not 1, 2, 3 done. Like it's not like that. Music is so, you hear what you like and you try to imitate what you like and then you try to create your own style and you're like, I hope people like this. And it's hard, bro. It's hard for people to break out of that trying to be impressive. It's hard to break out of that mindset of I'm gonna try to impress people with my singing. It's like, dude, I don't care, bro. I don't care. I played a song for somebody the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, man, you need to work on your vibrato." I just met the person. I was like, "What?" And I just, I thought they were wrong. They were wrong. Simple as that. Like I don't care. They were wrong. They were wrong. So they're out of my life for good. And it's so hard for musicians and singers, especially singers, to feel comfortable because of things like that. Like what just happened to me. I think that was yesterday. Was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. Somebody I just met. I played a song for him. I was like, man, I just met you, but hey, you seem like a cool person. Let me play a song for you. And I didn't tell them who it was. And I was like, man, check out this song. They was like, nah, I don't like it. Matter of fact, it was this song, right? And it's called No Way. And I didn't tell them who it was. And they were like, no, I don't really like it. I was like, what you don't like about it? I was like, I don't like it. I was like, man, it's me. They were like, oh, it's you? Yeah, man, you need to work on your vibrato. It's like, what? So it's hard for singers and musicians to be comfortable because, first of all, sometimes singers take advice from people who don't sing. You know what I mean? And it's like, don't let people, like people always told me, we're not going to go into that. Anyway, we already gave you one experience. We're not going to give you another one. They know who they are. And yeah, I was offended by what you said. So don't come close to me anymore. Musicians, singers, take advice from people who aren't singers. And what it does is it pushes them into this box of trying to please that one person that gave them some. And they call it constructive criticism. No, it's not constructive criticism. You just hating. It's as simple as that. You're hating. You're a hater. And so I'm cool. I'm not subtle. I'm not a subtle person. So if I feel offended, you're going to know I feel offended. I'm probably not going to offend you back. Like, I'm not going to try to put you under me or anything like that. But one thing I will do, though, is I will remove myself from your atmosphere and continue to chase my dreams. Anyway, let me go back real quick. It's so refreshing to meet singers, musicians who are comfortable, because it's so intangible. And when we get into a writing session or we're singing and just having a jam session, it's just coming up with ideas. it's so good to meet people who are free and they're like, I don't know if this is gonna sound stupid, but how about this saying this? It's like, you know, I did a song with H1N1 the other day called Wide Awake, and I'll play this a little louder than the other one. The other one's real chill, but we made this song and it was it was fun, man. It was so much fun. He was throwing ideas out, and we had a lot of fun, man. We had so much fun. It was cool. And there's this one line in here. Well, there's like 3 major lines that he said that just I was like, bro, you a genius. So let me point these out real quick. He said, I keep wait. That you just made me you made me just blame myself, you know, which was a really sad, like, you know, sometimes in relationships it's hard. Like people break up and it's like, yeah, you made me just blame myself. Like I felt that when he said it, and when he said it, I think he said it kind of from a place of like, oh, I'm being silly, but also this sounds kind of cool. And when I heard it, I was like, man, that's perfect, bro. Like that's perfect. Let's use that. And then there's another part in the song where he was like, I keep coming up short. And when he first said it, I was just like, what? But then he was like, nah, but sing it like this, and I did it. I was like, yo, that's genius, cause it's. It was like so emotional. You know, I thought about situations that I've been in, and I felt like I kept coming up short in those situations. Like, dang, man, you know. So, and then a third line that he said was, something about I'm tripping and crying. I'm tripping and crying. Yeah, so he said that, and we didn't find nowhere to put that in the song, and I was like, man, I don't know where we're gonna put it. And so we got to the ad lib stage, and there's stages to the recording that we do, and we got to the ad lib stage, and I was like, what if we just throw it in the ad lib, you know, here at this part at the last chorus, and just throw it in like this. Like, yeah, go for it. We did it. It sounded good. I think it sounded good. It was cool. I'm super excited about the creative energy that we had for this song. It was really amazing. And I'm thankful that he played the piano on the song as well. That was really amazing. So yeah, the creative process and just the free flow of ideas, the comfort of musicians, singers and musicians. I love when people are comfortable and feel like they can contribute, and it's a really powerful environment when everybody feels free they feel free to contribute and to kind of get involved. So powerful. I love it. Hey, I think next I want to talk about the creative process of making songs. I think we'll talk about that next time. But right now, I want to just mention about directing my. There it is. I'm tripping and crying like that. We threw it in there. I just want to talk about directing my attention, kind of explaining some things. I don't know if any of this made sense. Just me ranting and just talking. So hopefully it makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, next I want to talk about the creative process. Maybe get some ideas for it. I don't know. So again, I just thank you guys. Thank you everybody. Thank you to everybody around me who was just really encouraging, really stirring me up to make music, stirring me up to keep imagining, keep going. I think it's important to have people around who are just, they're not afraid to, you know, acknowledge what you do. They're not afraid to acknowledge that you are good at what you do, and you know, you inspire them just even a little bit. It's so cool to be around people who acknowledge that. So I'm thankful. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Let's keep making music. Let's keep adding to the collection.